Hey everybody, and welcome to another review on my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the LEGO Star Wars Phantom Menace Brickheadz set. This set comes with a total of 732 pieces, 6 Brickheadz, and is recommended for ages 10 and up. And we're still going to kick off this review by taking a look at everyone's favorite Gungan, Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar comes with some good printing on the chest area, and I really like the building techniques that the LEGO designer used to get the overall shape and design of Jar Jar Binks' head. I think it looks really great in this brickhead form. As we turn Jar Jar to the side here, you can get a better look at how the LEGO designer was able to incorporate these techniques to get the shape of Jar Jar's face. And as we spin this brickhead around to the back, I do want to highlight the ears of Jar Jar Binks as well. They're relatively simple in design, but I do think they're executed well in a very effective build to complement the overall design of this Gungan. If I have to be nitpicky, I do think that the design of Jar Jar here would have benefited from having the nose and mouth area be just a little bit longer than it currently is. But again, I'm perfectly fine with the design of this brickhead, and I think it's executed well, and props to the LEGO designer for pulling off this amazing Star Wars character. Be sure to let me know what you think of this brickhead in the comments below. The next brickhead we're going to be taking a look at is young Anakin Skywalker. And there are some things that I like about this brickhead and some things that I don't. I do find the character's chest area to be just a little too plain looking. I think they should have used a variety of color or have a print for some detail there. I do like the overall looking design of Anakin's pod racer helmet. I think it does a good job with the overall shaping and color, and it complements the design of Anakin well. However, I do wish that there was some detail on the circular dish pieces found on each side of the helmet, as I feel like they're just a little bit too plain looking when you're looking at the base material. And as we make our way around to the side of young Annie here, you can also see that he comes with a tool as an accessory. And like I said, I don't necessarily hate this brickhead. I think it's a fairly good attempt at recreating this character, but I do feel like there are a couple of missed opportunities that could have made it just a little bit better. And here's what Anakin looks like without his goggles. The next brickhead we're going to be taking a look at is Queen Amidala, and I personally think that this is the best looking brickhead that comes in this Phantom Menace collection. You can see that there's some really nice printed detail on the chest and face of this character, and as we spin the character around to the side here, you can see that that impressive looking detail continues. I do like the use of those transparent orange cheese slope pieces found at the bottom of the dress. I think that's a really cool looking detail. And as we make our way around to the back of the brickhead, you can see that there's even some impressive building techniques to get the braids in her hair. The one thing that I do find rather interesting is they create this black circular base that fits underneath the brickhead, and then they have you stack it on top of a standard square brickhead base. I do find that to be a little bit unnecessary. I think that the black circular base underneath this brickhead would have done just fine. But that's just a minor complaint, and I'm sure there's some people that will appreciate this inclusion. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at Captain Panaka, who I think is a really well-designed looking brickhead. I do like the detail of his belt being brick-built, and I love the little bit of blue found at the collar of his shirt there. That's a really good detail. And as we spin Captain Panaka around to the side here, he has a little bit of blue on his arms, and I love the way that they did the shape and design of his hat. And as we spin Captain Panaka around to the back here, you can see that the brick-built belt actually wraps all the way around the character again, which I think is a really nice inclusion. He also comes with a blaster as an accessory that he's holding in his right hand. And overall, this is a darn near perfect brickhead in my opinion. There's not really anything I would change about this character, and I think LEGO did a very good job executing his design in brick-built form. The next brickhead we're going to be taking a look at is Qui-Gon Jinn, who I think is a rather fair attempt at creating this character in brickhead form. I do find his face to be a little bit awkward looking. The brown piece underneath his eyes looks more like a mouth to me than his beard. But other than that, I do feel like this brickhead is fairly well done. As we turn Qui-Gon to the side here, you can see some of the building techniques they used to get the overall shape of his hair. And one of the details that I do appreciate about Qui-Gon here is that dark ingot piece they used to represent his hair tie. And while I do think that this is a relatively fair brickhead in design, I have to say that this is probably my least favorite out of this Phantom Menace collection. And as we continue to spin Qui-Gon Jinn around, you can see that he comes with his green lightsaber as an accessory, and as we make our way back to the front of the brickhead, you can see that he comes with a fairly detailed chest print as well. The last brickhead we're going to be taking a look at is Darth Maul, who has some really nice printed pieces on the face of the character meant to represent his markings. I also like the color they use for the brickhead's eyes. It's very accurate to the character. As we spin Darth Maul around to the side here, you can see he has a horn on the side of his head and a bunch of them on top of his head, again, which is very accurate to the character's design. I also like the building technique they use for the character's robes. I think that's very well done. And as we continue to spin Darth Maul around, you can see that he comes with this double-sided red lightsaber as an accessory. And overall, I feel like LEGO did a relatively good job capturing the overall look and design of Darth Maul in this brickhead form. You'll have to let me know what you think of Darth Maul in the comments below, and if there's anything you'd change about this awesome looking brickhead. Something that I thought was really cool on LEGO's part is they included a separate instruction manual for each one of the brickheads that were included. So if you have some friends or family that want to build these brickheads with you, you have that option. The LEGO Star Wars Phantom Menace brickhead collection retails for $55. And typically brickheads retail for $10, and you get 5 full brickheads and then half of a brickhead if you include young Anakin Skywalker. So $55 I feel like is a relatively fair price point for this set. If you're a fan of LEGO Star Wars and brickheads, I think this is a must-have to add to your collection. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like the video and subscribe for more brick built reviews.